Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome back to episode 96 of Europa Universalis 4 as the Ottomans. I'm fairly convinced that this will be the final video of this series, considering the fact that we're only a couple of years away from what is potentially the end of the game here. So basically at the moment we are at war mostly with France because we've declared a war against Austria. But next year in 1820 we should find that the war has been going for 5 years and we should automatically have 100% war score against Austria. Obviously, in the meantime, we need to make sure that people aren't taking the Austrian lands back. I'm getting a lot of pop-ups because France are going mental, carpet sieging stuff down here. Makes no difference. Because the moment 5 years hits and we have that 100% war score, we can just instantly peace out anyway. Because all we want to do is take Austria. I certainly could consider moving down here with some of these units and taking some of this land back. Like I said, most of it is fairly worthless, but France are just busying their units up down here. There's a few sort of roaming around, but I think we'll be fine. So just need to keep our eye on this war score down here and look for the point where it gets to 100%. I'm also trying to siege out some of the other participants of the war to piece them out all individually. So it'd be quite nice if we can do that. We've already got most of the HRE out. It would be nice if we can get rid of that. I mean, Alsace is only a one-province minor, but of course, the more we wipe out, the easier it makes life for us in the long run. Let us go and move you over and try and unsiege that if we can, because it is a fort. If we can get forts unsieged, that'd be good. Let's see if we can go and try and help with this naval combat here. It's mostly lights. Most of our navy got completely obliterated, but we did manage to pull that one off here. Again, you've got nothing going on here, France. We're good. There are probably going to be units roaming around. Let's just have a quick look at the ledger here. France has 300... Well, actually, we've lost a lot of men. We're down to like half of our sort of total amount. We were like over 800,000 at one point. So we have lost an awful lot. We're still number one in score. Not too sure how long that's going to last for, though. We're a couple of hundred ahead. I don't think there's enough months left in the game. Even if we got no score for the next 24 months, the game will be over. Now, it should be this month where we get the 100% war score. I don't know exactly when in the year it started, which is the problem. Sure, let's get the trade manipulation. Should be making decent money, even though we're at war. Not that we can really reinforce right now. But yeah, all it says here, it doesn't give us an exact date. It just says started in 1815. But it doesn't say exactly when it started. There used to be a way of finding out, you know, and I can't remember what it is. I think it used to be under current wars. Ottoman conquest of Linz. But it doesn't actually, again, it doesn't tell us when the war actually started. Alsace wants peace out, that is fine. So let's get Alsace out. So Linz is actually Austria, because it was a war for an Austrian province. Ah, the French have arrived. Well, that's not good. We don't want that going on. Alsace have peaced out. Let's get you guys back over here. Again, we've got a lot of guys that can't really reinforce. I'm not liking that battle there. It's mostly because we've got the terrain penalty because France were controlling the fort. So we did lose that one, unfortunately. We're already in June. I just have no way of knowing when this war is going to be 5 years old. Because at 5 years, we've got it. At 5 years, everything's coming up rosy. It won't matter how much land France occupy, because we'll have 100% siege on Austria. And after 5 years, the allies in the war don't count. Now, you're a broken army, but you can go and beat a 4-stack, surely. And we're still taking more stuff back down here, slowly, but we are managing it. Let's go ahead and see if we can attack that navy, just for the fun of things. Getting some corruption. Yeah, really got no idea at what... I can't remember when I declared the war. I didn't actually have a look. So I've never noticed before the red and the blue dots on the minimap. I wonder how long they've been there. Never spotted them before. So I guess what will happen is if it gets to the end of the year and we still haven't won this, then that rule may well have changed. But I don't believe that it has. I mean, I could be incorrect. Paradox do like to continually mess around with the rules. They're still not willing to peace out. Only negative 18 reasons, though. It's quite possible that we might pull it off. Yeah, let's get out of there with the navy. Already into September. It's a lot of units you have buzzing around there, France. I mean, I've got literally no manpower at all right now. Unless I want to stop mashing out major numbers of mercenaries. Come on, all I want to do is take Austria. We've got to wait for the 5 years. We will never have the time. We will never have the time to be able to siege out all of the territory from France and siege back all of our territory. It's just not going to happen. So the only way we can do this is with the 5-year rule. Unless, like I said, it's been changed, which would be annoying but wouldn't surprise me. You want to send an 8-stack onto an 88-stack? Be my guest. Worried that France might be coming around here to try and unsiege something. And that might be why the AI is throwing units at me here to try and stop that from happening. Okay, 26th of December. Right, it's now the 1st of January. That means the war has been going on for at least 5 years. And the game has ended. It's the 3rd of January. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to take Austria, which is a little bit sad. Although I did have them completely occupied, and if the game had gone on any longer, I would have won. I would have taken Austria. So, I didn't do everything I set out to achieve. I didn't manage to completely get rid of Spain from Italy. They still had the Baleares and a couple of provinces on Sicily. And I didn't manage... Well, I did manage to get rid of Austria, but then they sort of came back. Now, I've never seen the end game screen here before. Because I've never got this far in the game. I love that you get this history here as well. I'm not going to sit and read through it all because it's just absolutely massive. So let's have a look and see what we actually got here. So we finished with 99 prestige, 55 completed ideas. We had there was only one idea group that we didn't complete, which was trade ideas. We were one idea away from doing that. We were tech 32 on military and admin, but only 31 on dip. We had 404 provinces, 125% religious unity, and finished with no overextension. We finished with 553,000 of our possible 834,000 force limit. We didn't have much in the way of ships because a lot of our navy got destroyed by the French. However, we had the largest army, we had the 8th largest navy, we had the most provinces, the highest province value, the highest income, and the 2nd highest trade income. Shame I didn't get more than that. We did get the 2nd highest trade income. I have no idea what that button does. Oh, that's our statistics button, is it? Oh, it gives you all the individual statistics. 65 of our wars ended in glorious victory. 0 wars ended in disgraceful defeat. So we had 65 wars in this total campaign, and we won all of them. Each year, about 1.59 million enemy combatants fled to our fire and steel. Each year we saw the loss of about 1.24 million units. We wiped 19 nations off the face of the earth. We annexed 297 provinces. 4 provinces were unjustly stolen from us. And 110 military leaders served us throughout history. Legend among legends, this was one of our generals, was a 5622. Greatest province was Vienna with 49 development, and 22 disasters rocked our nation. So there's a timeline as well. Oh yeah, this is the new thing they added where you can basically just sort of hit fast forward, and it kind of just shows you how the map changes. So you can see as we start to annex more and more land, more and more people start to get wiped out. And, you know, a lot of people were saying that I wasn't playing right and that there are other people who can play as the Ottomans and they can take over the world in like 30 seconds with 3 infantry units and a cannon. I'm not interested. You know, I play the game to have fun, and I had a lot of fun with this campaign. The Ottomans are very, very powerful. You do have to really manage that aggressive expansion and the overextension. You've got to be really careful with that one. It's very, very easy to... it's very, very easy to get too greedy and bite off a little too much. There's got to be something wrong with that, because that is still showing that Albania and Venice existed at the end of the game, and I'm quite certain that they didn't. Unless something weird happened and I hadn't noticed, but I was fairly certain that they no longer existed. Unfortunately, we can't really interact with anything here. No, it does say... It says Albania, but if I right-click on it, it does actually say that it belongs to the Ottomans. So obviously there was something strange, just something strange going on with the playback there. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy with that as far as campaigns go. If we zoom out and have a look at the entire world now, what we can see, Spain did a lot of colonising down there. So this is where England ended up. I thought that they'd been completely wiped off the map. Again, this is showing that England own a province down here, and I don't think that is the case. Because they certainly didn't have any provinces down here when I last looked. They obviously started colonising over here in Canada. And then when they lost all of their provinces over in the England mainland, their capital got forced over to here. And they've also got like a random little province there as well. Oh, we got... Well, English is quite big. England, Cascadia. And this won't be a colony. This will just be an exclave, because it's on the same continent as their capital. Although there is English... Yeah, that'll be an exclave as well. But that's England proper. So this is where their capital would have been. And then we've got the Netherlands, well, the new Netherlands, so got some Dutch stuff over here. Portugal, Scotland. Scotland actually did quite well for themselves with Scottish Louisiana. The Portuguese took a lot of stuff over there as well. What's this down there? Galapagos. England got onto the Galapagos. Argentina belongs to the English. What did we get down here? Nobody actually... See... Now that Madagascar starts off colonised, well, it starts off with several small one-province miners. Nobody ever ends up with it. I thought these islands were England, because I could see that they got red outlines. England didn't really get established anywhere in the Spice Islands or anything, though. Malaccan Australia and Scottish Australia. Wow, Scotland were really going for it on the colonisation route. Japan never actually managed to completely get rid of one of his daimyos. And in fact, Takeda is actually larger than Japan there. So that is quite interesting. There's still a few places here in Siberia, in eastern Russia, that were never colonised at all. Even a few places within Muscovy itself. But no, that was a very, very enjoyable campaign. I really had a good time playing that. So, yeah. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I do hope you enjoyed this series of EU4. I'll see you on the next one, and until then, goodbye for now.